G'day guys, and welcome to another London session market update video. Guys, just quickly, if you haven't noticed or you haven't done so yet, go and watch the Asian session market update video that I posted for today's Asian session. To be honest, the analysis basically remains the same on GJ, Gold, and also AU was the other pair I did look at for the Asian session update. Now, moving forward, looking at today's London session, what I can do is cut through a lot of the analysis because it remains the same as the Asian session on GJ. And this is what I'd be looking at, guys. So what I'd just be looking at, irrespective of structure and all that bias, I'd be looking at this daily candle and be saying to myself, right at the low and at the high, we form support and resistance in the minor time frames. Price has just been consolidating within those levels. It's quite simple today. What you need to do is to the left of the highs, the current daily candle's high, and just above that level, we have some very clean traffic. Whilst we're consolidating at this resistance, simply need to wait for a closure above closure above 187.860, pull back to retest the current daily candle's high, which was the previous current daily candle's high, that resistance, and look for price to begin to pull away. On the flip side, we're looking for the exact same thing to the downside, looking for price to start to clear its consolidation, start to close below that 187.60, tap back in to retest the current daily candle's low and begin to pull away. So that is simply what I'll be looking at on both, on GJ, looking for sells below, buys above, that type of scenario. Quite simple. It's just now in a consolidating, not much clear direction. Well, there's no clear direction. You just need to wait. Gold, the analysis moving forward, very similar to GJ, how I've gone about the analysis for today. Daily was a strong bearish candle. I'm looking at the daily time frame and going down to the minor time frame. So the daily bearish engulfing, current daily is pulling back to create upper wick. I did say the Asian session update video, I'll be looking to see where we could potentially pull back to grab some more liquidity before we head back down. We're obviously approaching, or we have tapped into a support to the left. I feel we could also pull back a little bit further to 2019.60. We're looking at the foyer. I'll pull the drawings back up. There's a previous support from yesterday on the 4 hour time frame. So that is a level that we could potentially pull back to in order to grab more liquidity before we head back down. Looking at the M30, it also lines up with resistance here within yesterday's candle towards the end of the day. So again, guys, very simple analysis. What I'll be looking at gold right now is prefer for it to pull up to retest this 2019-20 sort of level, begin to reject, look for my catalyst, my signals within price action to sell it below. So as I've got in here, the text box just there, sells below, that's what I've been looking at, sells below anywhere within a zone, or again rejections and back below that range, below 2019-20. Now again, not much volume within the current day's candle. If we do come close to London session open and we start to clear this consolidation, and as long as you have enough margin, it could be potential sell options below at 2014 80 sort of level, guys. But again, you gotta make sure you have the margin, take it back down in support, and further sell options below the current daily previous daily candles low, sorry, upon continuation. We're waiting for a close below that support at 2012, and then you're likely going to be looking for a sell below the previous daily candles low. Pretty clean traffic to the left. Now let's look at GU, and let me mark this up again. So didn't look at GU for the Asian session. Let's do the top-down analysis just quickly. Weekly indecision candle almost. It's basically back at its open. Has a higher high to the previous and a higher low so far. Very difficult to know what to make of that. Just heavy area consolidation, more evident on the daily. Previous daily did close back bullish. We are technically bullish in structure. Long week to the upside, just rejecting this resistance to the left-hand side on the daily time frame again. Very choppy price action, high time frames, just in a heavy area of consolidation. 4 hour looks a bit better. Looks like we are just trading the range, checking the highs, coming back down to support and bouncing off it. Creating some high lows, high highs also. So the 4 hours technically bullish in structure, but we are pulling back. Not a great deal of volume just now. You're marking in the resistance, change it to gray. I mean, we don't have support until these lows. So let's go into the M30. We're obviously going to have some minor areas. Now I can adjust that. That is correct because it is a bullish low. That is correct. So that is a bearish high. All right. So very difficult here. It's very choppy, guys. This is EU is really hard to find clean price action. So when it's like this, guys, what you can do is you can almost use the line chart just to distinguish where you've got some cleaner areas. Obviously, there's a little bit of margin just there, not a great deal. If you drag that across like so, see what we got once we go back to the candlesticks. Yeah, I think below that support and around 126,980, so below 127 basically. Price begins to pop below that. Seeing we are trending to the downside, creating some lower highs, lower lows, and I feel it could be a good opportunity to look for potential sells below. It's still technically going to remain bullish on the M30 until we start closing below 126,850 roughly. So for me on GU today, what I'll be looking at is we have formed resistance just here. Not much of a zone. However, seeing we're just consolidating, we need a catalyst just now. So if come closer to EU Open or even around the EU Open pre-London, we get a nice strong counter closure above that 127.15. That back in, I would like to look for a potential entry if I was trading it to take it back up towards 127 to 60 as long as you've got the margin. So again, just off the theory, buying low, selling high, you're at a 4-hour support. So if it does begin to pop above, you get the catalyst in the M30. I think it could be good options to look for the buys. Sells, as I mentioned below, unless we do pull back yet again. We do reject that 127,250. Yeah, you're just going to be looking for your catalyst to sell it from the high of the current daily candle. So sells below, if we begin to break the high of the current daily candle, and be looking for buys above as well, guys, because at that point there you can say, use the bark in the background. At that point there you can say that we've grabbed liquidity from the downside support and we're now breaking our own high within the current daily candle. We have really no need to do so if we are to continue bearish. So we'll likely head back up and there is clean traffic to the left above that level. Otherwise, again, look to sell it for rejects. Let's look at NAS. Let's do the top-down analysis on NAS. So starting at the weekly time frame, strong bullish candle yet again. It's just been on an absolute tear. No stopping it just now. It is looking like it's potentially exhausting. Previous daily did close a long wick to the upside, closing weak bullish. That's marking a low, the previous daily candle, and we'll see once we go down. Maybe we'll flip the M30 structure. Don't have any data to go off to the left, guys. It is at all-time highs. Looking at the 4-hour again, still technically bullish. We have just over an hour remaining to confirm support. We have tapped into that previous level of resistance to the left, only so far to reject. I'm just going to mark in this whole level and we'll see what we've got. Obviously, it's quite clean. It's the same level we've been marking all week. Mark in the highs, and again, I'll adjust it accordingly onto the M30. Now, what I can do is adjust it to that level there. Not going to be the cleanest chart, guys, but I want to incorporate this resistance over here to the left. I feel it's important, and it's so much cleaner once we start popping back below it. What I might do is I do something like that. Back below that 4-hour range, into the range below, will be again breaking off the previous daily candle at that point as well, below 1743427 to be exact. Clean traffic to the left. So at that point there, I would definitely look for sells if price does begin to pop below it. Lacking the volume just now, obviously. Now, as for the buys, very choppy. It's really choppy. So if we come back down yet again, get your catalyst, look for your triggers within price action, bit of support, and look for obviously your catalyst such as price begin to pop above consolidation, engulfing candles, liquidity candles. You guys know the deal. So look for potential buys from really anywhere above that level there, 17,453 to be exact. So buys above. Very choppy just now. Very choppy just now. It's not even clean above it. Obviously, I'll be looking for sells on a rejection of the 4-hour zone. If it does pop back up to retest that level, then that's obviously going to be a level to sell below. So sells below 17,588. If we do respect the previous daily candles high, guys, as long as again, if we pull back a little bit further into it and we start to form some structure within this gray zone, this big 4-hour zone, a high, a low, lower high, lower low, that type of scenario, then we could potentially look for sells a little bit higher up. I think that's about it on that. The only other potential buy zone I can see just now is we do close above 17,514 roughly. That point there, feel we will at least come up towards 17,540. I think there's a good chance we will be breaking the current daily candles high as well. We are still trending to the upside. M30 structure has actually, it's technically flipped bearish though, guys, by the looks of it just now. So I forgot to even mention that. That's the high, yep, swing. So it's actually bearish. So you can look for your triggers to sell it. However, again, we're still closing bullish in the higher time frames, the daily candle. FYI is if it does close bullish in the next hour and 20 odd minutes, you can also correlate that with especially if it closes bullish engulfing above that 17,513.95. I think that provides some good options to look for potential buys above that level. So that's what I'll be looking at, guys, moving forward into London session. I hope you all had a good week. Leave a comment in the comment section below. Tell me how you've gone. Also, don't forget to hit the like button, and I'll catch you guys later on. Cheers, my friends, and bye for now.